Sound different from what you've heard? Good. That shift in expectations is intentional. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building self-confidence, emotional control, and patterns that shield you from chaos. Extraordinary results are born from ordinary systems repeated calmly. No shortcuts, no empty promises, no guilt. Maybe you're tired of trying, promising, and falling into the same trap. That's not a character flaw, it's a lack of method. When you sharpen your attention, align your values, and define your enough, anxiety goes down and clarity goes up. Money stops being the villain and becomes a tool in service of your story. Now picture a real transformation. You owning what's under your control, armoring your impulses, calmly reviewing your week, and investing in your own human capital. Small rituals, big shifts. From there, motivational phrases stop being just words. They become fuel for better decisions. And the payoff? Financial peace, power of choice, and dignity in your decisions. It's not luck. It's a system. If you're ready to end the cycle of running out of money, each step that follows was designed for that. Direct, practical, and human, the way it really works. Anyone chasing real results needs to understand that money control starts within. It's in daily behavior, consistency, and discipline that true entrepreneurship gets stronger. A calm mind and emotional control are your first investments that actually pay. Most people fight what they can't change and forget the power is in today's choices. Spend consciously, keep learning, and plan. That's the path. As self-confidence grows, money stops being scary and becomes a tool. Every habit is a seed. Budgeting, studying, and adjusting decisions turn finances into familiar ground. Discipline, and even on rough days, build stability and open space for progress. Small daily steps turn into big results. Still, you need to accept what's out of your hands. Interest rates, surprises, swings. Complaining about the wind won't move the boat, but trimming the sails will change its course. Wisdom is acting on what's yours to control and releasing the rest. Focus on what you govern. Accept what happens. That truth sets you free and teaches that balance beats excess. It's right at that inner peace point that detachment begins, and with it, a new way of seeing happiness. Entrepreneurship with awareness shows that cutting consumption noise boosts mental clarity. Less distraction, more focus on results that matter. Consistency means trimming the excess to make room for the essential, with discipline and emotional control. Defining your personal enough ends the always more race and lowers anxiety. It's a move of self-confidence, choosing what makes sense, not what impresses. When money has purpose, life gets lighter, and results stop being accidental. The ritual is simple and powerful. Review forgotten subscriptions, idle items, and invisible expenses. Every cut adds freedom. Financial discipline starts with small choices that quietly stack up. Minimalism isn't scarcity. It's smart direction. It's entrepreneurship with a system. Less scatter, more building. Those who guard their attention create margin to invest in themselves, staying consistent even when motivation dips. In the end, happy enough is having the peace to decide without rush and act without guilt. Emotional control to say no to the fluff and yes to what pushes you forward. And that opens a curious path to the money ethics almost no one talks about. True prosperity starts when money follows values. Integrity, honesty, and fairness are the tripod that holds lasting results in entrepreneurship. Discipline and consistency keep you on track when tempting shortcuts appear. Profit that violates values charges interest on your conscience. Those with self-confidence don't need to look clever. They'd rather sleep well. Emotional control is saying no to easy money that stains your story. In practice, that means turning down shady deals, writing clear contracts, and documenting everything. Clean results build reputation, and reputation attracts bigger opportunities. Motivational phrases inspire, but coherence delivers. Virtue is the invisible capital that protects you in crises and multiplies returns over time. It's like moral insurance that lowers risk. People who play fair build systems that hold up under pressure. When you stick to principles, decisions get lighter, faster, and more consistent. Money stops being tension and becomes a consequence. And on the horizon, a key question appears. How do you prep for what no one sees coming? Crisis doesn't send a warning. Planning is an act of self-confidence. An emergency fund, insurance, and a professional plan B are the base. Discipline and consistency turn fear into preparation, and preparation into sustainable results. Anticipating adversity is rehearsing the game before the whistle. Mapping scenarios, defining responses, and training emotional control reduces panic. Clear-headed entrepreneurship runs with a safety margin, and that's worth its weight in gold. The metric is simple: months of cash independence. 3, 6, 9. The ruler rises with responsibility. More cash, less anxiety, more clarity, better decisions. Plan B isn't pessimism, it's strategy. Build skills, keep your network warm, and open small income streams for redundancy. Those who prep the ground harvest stability in turbulent times. In the end, prepared people sleep better and decide calmly. The future remains uncertain, but you stop being its hostage. With the house steady, a powerful question emerges. What can your money do for the world around you? Giving doesn't make you poorer. It organizes purpose. When money meets a cause, entrepreneurship gains soul, and results get stronger. Discipline and consistency in giving build self-confidence and emotional control in the face of abundance. Philanthropy is smart detachment in practice. You give to remember who's in charge. Aligning your donations with your values creates meaning and strengthens identity. Motivational quotes inspire, but action transforms. The benefits are tangible: cooperation, reputation, inner coherence. People and organizations trust those who act with fairness and transparency. That widens connections and creates opportunities. The compound effect of credibility. Setting a fixed percentage for giving works like any other financial habit. Small, predictable, sustainable, with periodic reviews. Consistency makes the habit feel light and natural. In the end, well-aimed generosity turns me into us. When us gets stronger, the value cycle speeds up. And that same mindset supercharges the power of a review routine. Without review, the mind fills gaps with excuses. A weekly check-in on spending, goals, and emotions brings clarity, discipline, and consistency. Entrepreneurship requires the self-confidence to face your numbers and adjust without drama. 3 questions flip the game. What depended on me? What did I learn? What will I adjust? With emotional control, mistakes become data, not shame. Motivational phrases inspire. The ritual turns intention into results. Simple tools are enough. A straightforward spreadsheet, a budgeting app, and a quick journal. Write, review, decide in 30 minutes. Small weekly tweaks prevent big quarterly detours. Pick a set day, a set time, and a lean checklist. Start with cash, move to goals, finish with the week's mood. Regularity builds a system and reduces your dependence on motivation. At the end, you walk away with clarity and focus for the next week. Money gets direction. Your mind gets lightness. With tuned attention, it's easier to shield yourself from the bombardment of stimuli. Attention is the most valuable asset in entrepreneurship. Without it, there's no discipline or consistency. Shielding yourself from ads and consumption triggers strengthens emotional control. Results show up when your mind works focused, not fragmented. Create simple rules: 24 hours before non-essential purchases, a closed shopping list, no app, no buy. That cuts impulses and boosts confidence in your decisions. Motivational phrases help, but the system holds the line. Design your environment to make the right thing easy and the extra hard. Remove saved cards, mute notifications, and keep your space visually clean. Your brain will thank you, and your budget too. Trained attention becomes a competitive edge. Choose where you aim, and you choose what you reap. Entrepreneurship isn't running faster. It's running on the right track. In the end, protecting attention is protecting your financial future. Today's discipline is the legitimate shortcut to tomorrow's results. With attention in place, turning goals into standards gets easier. Goals inspire, standards deliver. Turning objectives into trackable habits creates daily consistency and discipline. Entrepreneurship blooms when the system runs even without motivation. Investing a fixed percentage each month automatically keeps you on course on both easy and tough days. Tiny habits like automating savings and contributions lower friction and boost confidence. Emotional control is deciding once and letting the system execute. Track, review, and adjust calmly. What's measured improves, what's repeated sticks. Motivational phrases feed the spirit, but the ritual manufactures results. Standards protect against mood and environment swings. On good days they accelerate, on bad days they sustain. Builders of systems don't depend on luck. They depend on process. When goals become routine, growth stops being accidental. Money starts obeying simple, clear commands. With the engine running, the next step is obvious. How do you raise your market value? Human capital is entrepreneurship's quiet engine. Skills with compound payoff, like communication, tech, and sales, create consistent results. Daily learning discipline strengthens self-confidence and emotional control. Look for bets with limited downside and big upside. Small tests, controlled costs, fast feedback. Motivational phrases get you started. Systems keep you going. Think of your project portfolio. 70% secure, 20% growth, 10% optionality. Balance protects and expands. A lighter mind decides calmly and pounces when rare opportunities appear. Positive asymmetry lives in levers that don't blow up your risk. Strategic partnerships, digital products, smart distribution. The upside is big. The downside is small and known. As your human capital grows, everything else gets easier. Negotiating, creating, selling, leading. Money becomes the consequence of competence. And then the question changes. Who is the person making these financial decisions every day? Financial identity is entrepreneurship's quiet compass. Before deciding, ask, who is the person that makes this choice? Discipline, consistency, and emotional control shape the self-confidence that sustains results. Values practiced daily turn talk into a path. With every straight decision, the prosperous identity locks in. Motivational phrases inspire. Daily coherence builds visible and invisible wealth. Create a simple pre-decision ritual, a brief statement of financial principles. Reading it softly organizes your mind and calms your impulses. Money follows character, not a passing urge. Your personal narrative is the script where goals become habits. When you see yourself as the guardian of your future, outside noise loses power. Entrepreneurship gains direction and depth. Deep down, one question keeps guiding big and small choices. Who am I becoming with this decision? That awareness makes money work for you, not the other way around. Now it's on you. Keep repeating patterns that keep you strapped or take command of your money. Which habits begin today? Simple budgeting, weekly review, guarded attention, investing in your human capital. What exactly is in your control over the next 24 hours? If it stings to watch money slip away, perfect. Pain is a compass. Use discipline to act small and right, consistency to repeat, emotional control to push through tough days, and self-confidence to stay the course when no one's clapping. Real entrepreneurship is applied method, not luck. Final prompt. What story are your financial decisions telling about you? If the answer doesn't make you proud yet, change the scene now. Results are the inevitable consequence of well-chosen patterns, and you've just grabbed the map. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you'll get new practical content on entrepreneurship, motivational lines that turn into action, and strategies to build discipline, consistency, emotional control, self-confidence, and most importantly, results.